if you've ever spent $80, $100, or even $150 on a serum and then thought 3 months later, this is doing nothing for my skin. The problem was never the ingredients on the front of the bottle. It was always the formulation. The skincare industry trains us to shop for ingredients, vitamin C, retinol, peptides, niacinamide, but a product can technically contain every one of those actives and do absolutely nothing for your skin because the formulation is built to look good on the label and not work on your face. By the end of this video, I'm going to teach you a 60-second product check you can run on any product anywhere. 5 rules, then I'm going to pull a few products and run that check so you can see exactly how this works for yourself. So let's get into it. Rule number 1, where the active sits on the ingredient list matters more than whether it is in there at all. By law, ingredients are listed in order of concentration from highest to lowest, but only down to 1%. Anything below 1% can be listed in order. Your job is to find that invisible line, and there are markers. I'm going to show you exactly how to find it. The 1% line usually sits around where you see preservatives like ethyl hexylglycine, or even fragrances or xanthan gum or carbomer. When you see those words, and I'm going to give you a full cheat list on my Patreon that you can download and use that tells you every single preservative. When you see these words, I want you to draw a mental invisible line right there above this ingredients. It's meaningful amounts and it's doing what it says. Anything below that is dust. Now flip the bottle over, okay? Find the invisible line. Now look for the hero product. When I say hero product, like this is Matrixyl, right? I'm gonna look for the invisible line and then I'm gonna look for Matrixyl. If the active is below that line, the product is not what the brand is selling you. It's a window dressing. And you can catch it in 10 seconds and put that bottle right back. Rule 2, you have to know what concentrations actually do something to your skin. Screenshot this part because nobody ever tells you the numbers. So vitamin C, and this is L-ascorbic acid only, works in a range of 10 to 20%, with 15% being like that sweet spot that it lands on. Below 8%, you're not doing anything to your skin. Niacinamide works from 2 to 10%. The benefits plateau around 5%, and 10% really isn't giving you anything more than that. Sometimes just the same results with more flushing. Retinol works at about 0.1% to 1%. Beginners usually start about 0.25%, and the amount matters, but the tolerance matters more, right? You can get very low doses of retinol and they're still going to make a meaningful impact on your skin as long as they sit at that 0.1% and there's actual retinoids in the product. Peptides. Look for actual peptide names. Now, Matrixyl and arginine are kind of the name of the peptide, but they have a scientific name, and sometimes that's what's listed on the bottle. Look for those. I've included all of them in that cheat sheet on Patreon, so you can download that and you have a cheat sheet to go on and you can find Matrixyl, find the peptide name, look on your bottle. But when you see peptide complex or multi-peptides in the back on the INSEE list, that's a red flag, because clinical data shows us certain peptides work better than other peptides. And so when they have peptide complex, you really don't know the concentration of peptides or the particular peptide that you really want is in the kind of concentration you want to make meaningful changes to your skin. The rule is if the brand won't show you the percentage is probably not impressive. Rule number 3, the form of the active matters just as much as the active itself. This is the rule that separates you from every other person walking through Sephora. Vitamin C is not one molecule. It is in a family. L-ascorbic acid is the gold standard, the most studied, the most effective form, but there are other forms of vitamin C that work just as well, but are gentler on the skin. THD ascorbate is stable, oil-based, and much gentler than L-ascorbic acid. Sodium ascorbyl phosphate is mild and good for sensitive skin as well. Ascorbyl palmitate sounds great on a label, but it does almost nothing for your skin. Same word on the box, vitamin C, completely different results on your face. Retinol is actually the same too. Retinol palmate is the weakest form and is mostly used so that brands can say that their products actually have retinol in them. Retinol itself is the standard. Retinaldehyde is one step closer to retinoic acid and tends to work faster with a lot less irritation. So when a product says retinol and the form is palmitate, you're mostly getting nothing. So when you see an active on the front of the bottle, your next move is to flip it over and check the form. The name on the front is not enough. Rule number 4, the red flags tell you if a product is marketing heavy and formulation light. If I see 2 or more of these on a product, I completely pass. The first red flag is when the hero product sits below that 1% line. And honestly, I would say this is the biggest red flag and you should walk away, period. Because if that product that you're looking for, like it's a niacinamide or a Matrixyl, and it sits below that 1% line, it's really not going to do much for your skin at all. And you're just paying for water, glycol, maybe some glycerin, and that's it, right? And I don't want to pay for that. So I pass. The second red flag is when the label says proprietary blend or complex, but doesn't actually disclose the percentages that are in that product. That's a huge red flag. Yes, a lot of companies have proprietary blends and they don't want other companies to be marketing and using that proprietary blend, but they need to tell you what's in it. If they don't tell you what's in it, then that's a sign that that product, you just need to walk away. The third red flag is the hero is bold and big on the bottle, but when you turn it over, it's super low on the ingredient list. Even if it's not below that 1% line, if it's way down on that ingredient list, you really should probably be choosing a product that has that hero active up high in the percentages of that product. And then the fourth red flag is any vague name like peptide complex, vitamin C derivative. I cannot even tell you the amount of times I've seen that. And I'm like, wait, what? What actually is in this? Because I'm sorry, but when I look at something and it says vitamin C derivative, but it doesn't tell me what kind of vitamin C is in it, I'm very suspect. Or my favorite is brightening blend. Oh my God. I can't even. Quick note, there is a separate group of ingredients that are just doing nothing. They're actively damaging your barrier and canceling out the good products you use on top of them. That video is coming soon. It's my 12 dirty dozen ingredients and you need to make sure that you catch it. Rule number 5. This is the gut check that ties it all together. Flip over the bottle and I'm gonna post a bottle up here. Find the 1% line. Look for the hero active. Check the form. Scan for red flags. 5 steps, 60 seconds. It all passes. If it passes all 5, it's worth your money. If it fails on any one, put that baby back on the shelf and walk away. Now, there's something else that comes into play, and that's marketing. So let's look at another product that has heavy marketing, but not a lot of teeth to back up that marketing. This is gonna sting for some of you because this is a pretty popular product. I'm holding the Medicube Collagen Jelly. This is the one that everyone is talking about, right? So let's look at this one. Step 1, the list. So we have the list up there. Step 2, let's find that 1% line. Okay. Step 3, where's the collagen? It's in there, but the formulation is mostly humectants and slip agents that create a satisfying jelly feel, right? That texture that we like so much. Look at where it is on the ingredient list. It's way down. And there's no disclosed concentrations at all. So step 5, red flags. The hero is collagen. There's been no disclosed concentration. The texture is doing the heavy lifting for the marketing, unfortunately. So they're being sold on this jelly, right? It feels like it's firming, but it's really the texture of the cream itself. So the verdict is that this fails as a collagen product. Is it a fine moisturizing layer? Yes, it is. I actually like the cream. I've been using it for 30 days. I don't think it's bad at all, but I haven't noticed any changes in my skin. It hasn't done anything for me. And now I know why. Because I'm paying for a trend and texture and not the actual formulation of the product. Ouch. I'm sorry if that hurt. Now let's go back to Timeless because they do deserve a little bit of our attention. Their Matrixyl 6 Synth Serum is one of my holy grail products. I have been using this product for at least almost a decade. Let's look at the formula. Let's pull it up here, the ingredient list. Matrixyl Synth 6 named peptide. It's listed high up in the formulation. This is a specific studied peptide complex with published research on collagen synthesis and wrinkle reduction. Around $20, just like the vitamin C. It passes all of our tests. That 1% line is there. The peptide is above it. It's got a clean formulation. There's no fragrances, no red flags. That this one passes on every count. But here's what I want you to take away from this. The rules work on every single product, every brand, every price point. That's the skill. You will be able to confidently walk through Sephora, turn over your bottles, look at them, and decide within a second if you want to put that serum down or pick it up, put it in your basket, and keep walking. I do not expect you to memorize this on your first watch, so I made you a cheat sheet. It sits on my Patreon page. It is all 5 rules. It has concentration ranges, the form of active breakdown. It has the red flag checklist. It's a complete list of every preservative, every fragrance, and every thickener so that you can find that 1% line. Pull it up on your phone on Sephora, screenshot it, print it, take it with you. It lives on my Patreon, linked in the description. There are my 5 golden rules and how to apply them on any serum that you pick up anywhere so you can decide, is it worth my money or am I just paying for marketing? If you found this helpful, like, subscribe, share, and remember my Dirty Dozen video is coming. Those ingredients that you don't want in your products at all. So subscribe so you don't miss that. And follow me for more tips on how to age beautifully, and I'll see you next time on Glow Up with Shelley.